Hi, welcome. All right, today as you can see, I have all this weird stuff up above, and I just can't get it to go away. So I know you guys can deal with it up there. We're just gonna work with it. So today's video is gonna be on what you were practicing in class, and I'm just gonna go through one or two of the ones that you tried by yourself in one of those groups around the room from the book problem. So I'm looking at number 25, which looked like this: -8 times the quantity of m plus 2 minus 19m. Okay? And this is one where you're simplifying it down. So I look at this in order of ops, and I need to start in the parentheses. But I can't put those together. They aren't like terms. So after parentheses, I go to exponents, but there are none. After exponents, I go to multiplication and division. And I do see some multiplication happening in two spots. I have -8 being multiplied with this quantity, and I have 19 being multiplied with that. Well, I can't do anything there, but I can take this -8 and multiply it through to both these terms. So instead of m plus 2, if I take out the parentheses, I'm going to have -8 times m, bring down the plus, and -8 times 2. And then I'll bring down the rest of the problem, minus 19m. And now I'm just going to simplify the things that I have. -8 times m is -8m. I don't need to write that dot. Plus -8 times 2, which is -16. And then minus 19m. And I'm not done yet because I can see I have like terms. I have -8m's here, and I have a certain amount of m's over here. And what you have to take note of is that this subtraction also represents a negative. So this is really -19m and -8m. So if we combine these together, since they are like terms, if we add -8m plus -19m, what are we going to get? So in your head, you're thinking -8 plus -19 on the number line. I'm going left. I think I'm turning around, but then I really just keep going. So I am at 27 negatives m's. And is that my final answer? No, because if I look back, I had this plus -16. So I'm going to attach that at the end there. And I could leave my answer that way, although mathematicians, we tend to, if we see a plus and then a negative, we actually simplify that down. We don't need to write a plus and a negative because that really just means subtraction. So I'm doing -27m minus 16. And those cannot be put together because they're not like terms. So let's try one more that you were supposed to try on your own. And that was number 27. So -5b minus 2 times the quantity of b minus 1. Now this one, again, I have same thing, parentheses, can't do anything, go to multiplying. I have this right here being multiplied with that quantity. Now this one's trickier because in the last problem we had -8 being multiplied with the quantity. In this problem, what is being multiplied with that quantity? So you're like, well, is it a 2 or is it a -2? Well, remember that a subtraction, I'm going to rewrite this, is the same thing as adding the opposite. So really, we're not multiplying by 2, we're multiplying by -2 to both terms in the parentheses. So I will have -5b plus -2 times b. I'll bring down that subtraction sign. And then -2 times 1. And then I will simplify what I have. So -2 times b is -2b. And then I have a subtraction sign. -2 times 1 is -2. I'll bring down that -5b plus. And then I can see that I have like terms. I have -5b and I have -2b that could be put together. So I'm going to finish this problem up here. So I will have negative 5b plus negative 2b would be negative 7b. And then I will bring that up, minus negative 2. Again, that's fully not simplified because I could actually know that subtracting a negative is the same thing as just adding, writing an addition sign. So there is my simplified answer. Now, I think I might have said I was just doing one more. I lied. I'm going to do one that you did not try in class. And this will be the last one we try. 16b minus 4 times the quantity of c plus 3 minus 4b. Okay, last one. First off, parentheses. Can we do anything in there? No, they're not like terms. So we go to multiplying. So I'm going to multiply the 4 with this quantity. The thing is that a 4? No, it's actually a negative 4 because I could change the subtraction to a plus, and that 4 is really negative. So I'm going to have 16b plus negative 4 times c, bring down the plus, negative 4 times 3. And then do I distribute this negative 4 over here also? No, because it wasn't in parentheses. So I just bring down the rest of the problem, minus 4b. Okay, next step. 16b is still there, plus when I multiply this, I'm at negative 4c. Plus, multiply those, I'm at negative 12. And then minus 4b. Again, if you think you know what you're doing, you could pause the video. But as I keep going here, I know I can keep going because I'm going to look for like terms. So I see that I have 16 b's, and that could go with the other amount of b's. And how many are there? Well, there's negative 4 of them. So if I put those together, how many total b's am I going to have? 16 plus negative 4, or 16 minus 4, would be 12 b's. And then I'm going to bring down the rest of the problem, plus negative 4c plus negative 12. Now, could I put the b's together with the c's? No, they're not like terms. Could I put this with those? No. So I'm actually going to be left with 3 terms, and I would say that I could simplify down just a tad more just with my addition and subtraction signs. So right here, if I add a negative, I really don't need to write these two things because that really means subtract. So 12b minus 4c. And then again, I have a plus and a negative, which really just means this. And there would be my final simplified version. Thanks for watching. See you in class on Friday. Get ready for that test.